Welcome back to English class, students. In today's class, we will be learning Block 20 S2, and that is describing a setting. So we will be able to describe the settings of a story by describing different things in it, and we will use describing words. Okay, so first I want you to look at the picture of Gola and Muri. If I ask you to describe Gola or to describe Muri, what will you say? Now we can use describing words for Gola as big, furry, brown, and thick-haired. Okay, because why? Gola is a big animal, right? And also it is furry. Furry means it has got lots of hair on its back, right? That's why we say it is furry. And brown. We describe Gola by its color. That Gola is brown in color, so we use the word brown. And thick-haired. Why do we say thick-haired? Now, it has got lots of fur. These hairs on its back is very thick. That's why we say Gola is thick-haired. Okay, so these words such as big, furry, brown, and thick-haired are called describing words because they tell us more about Gola. What about Muri? We can use describing words like small, fast, and helpful. Now, Muri is smaller than Gola, right? And it is very fast. So we describe it by size and by its speed to tell that Muri is fast. And also we can say that Muri is helpful because it helped Gola find its home. So now I want you to look at this table and we will see and review again at the places that Gola went in search of his home. Where does Gola go to search for his home? Now Gola went to the sea. He went to the desert, and to the river, and to the mountains. What did he see when he visited these places? Now, when he visited these places, okay, he saw shells, ships, and waves in the sea. What did he see in the desert? He saw bushes, camels, sand. And in the river, he saw fish, pebbles, and grass. In the mountains, he saw snow, ice, and rocks. Now, when we look at these settings, at these places, we can find the other different things that Gola found when he visited these places. What are the describing words that we can use to tell more about these things that Gola saw? Now, we can say big shells, huge ships, scary waves, and then we can say thorny bushes. Do you remember when we read the story about Gola? When he visited the desert, he saw thorny bushes. Okay, these bushes has got thorns in it, and he saw camels and sand, right? So how can you describe these things? We can say brown camels or dry sand, and then we can say small fish, round pebbles, green grass, cold snow, cold ice, okay? Or we can say snowy mountain, icy mountain to tell that the mountain is covered with all snow or with ice. And we can say rocky mountains also to show that these mountains are full of rocks. So we use these describing words to tell more about these things, like big mountains, green, Green grass. The word green is a describing word because it tells more about the grass, that it is green in color. And icy. Icy mountains, right? To tell that the mountain is covered with ice. Thorny. Thorny bushes. Thorny bushes, right? It tells us more about the bushes, that these bushes has got thorns in it. So we say thorny bushes. The word thorny here is a describing word. Tall. Tall trees. When Gola visited the forest, he saw tall trees. So the word tall here is a describing word because it tells us more about the trees, that they are very tall. Sandy. The desert is sandy, which means that it is filled with sand, covered with sand. So we can use the word sandy to describe the desert. Hot. Hot also we can describe about the desert, okay, the climate in the desert, okay, that it is very hot in the desert. The word hot is also a describing word. Round. Round pebbles. Now these pebbles are small stones that you find in the river, and they are round, okay, round in shape. So we use the word round to tell about the shape of these pebbles, that they are round, okay. So we say round pebbles. The word round here is a describing word. Now I want you to open your English workbook to page 21, where you will find S2 describing a setting. Question 1 here says, write describing words for the things Gola sees at different places. Now if you look at the first picture here, this is the picture where Gola visited the sea with Muri. What did he find, or what did he see there at the sea? Gola saw shells, ships and waves. Now you have to write describing words about these things that Gola sees in these places. Like in the sea he saw shells, ships and waves. Now when you change these, you tell into describing words, you have to add these describing words along with these things to tell more about shells, ships and waves, like it's done here. Gola saw big shells, huge ships and scary waves, okay. Now if you look at question B, at picture B, you will see Gola and Muri visiting the river. Gola saw fish, pebbles and grass. So here you can write Gola saw small fish, round pebbles and green grass. You will use these describing words such as small, round and green to describe that the fish are small, pebbles are round and grasses are green. So I want you to try C and D on your own. Look at the picture carefully. Now Gola here in picture C is in the desert. What did he see there in the desert? Gola saw sand, camels and bushes. Add your own describing words to describe more about sand, camels and bushes. But first you will start by writing Gola saw, then you will write about sand and camels and bushes. And picture D here shows Gola in the forest. Gola saw birds, animals and trees. Add more describing words here to describe about these birds, animals and these trees in the forest, okay? So all the best students, this is all for today's class. I will see you in the next class. Thank you.